Hey, it is approaching the end of the month, and February is going to have some pretty interesting releases. So I figured instead of doing a regular gameplay video, which probably wouldn't be too interesting or eventful, I thought I'd tell you guys what I'll be doing for the next few months, but more specifically February. So the first is DMC 3 Special Edition will be coming out on the 20th. I'm going to go ahead and tell them I'm 120 years old because they keep making me do this. But if you're not aware, they're adding style switching, and there's supposed to be two more announcements for it. The next one is supposed to be on the 30th. A lot of people are assuming it'll probably be either training mode or the ability to hold more than two weapons at a time, since those are the kind of things that definitely date DMC3 compared to 4 and 5, is the inability to style switch and only being able to handle or carry two weapons and guns. So I'll be getting this. I wasn't too excited for it before, but now that they're actually doing some work to modernize the game and put it up to par with the PC version DDMK mod, I'll probably get this, especially since I've been playing as Dante a lot over the past this whole month. Basically, I've been playing a lot of DMC5. I've been getting ready for the Community Edition mod, and in the process, I've been getting a lot better at style switching. I didn't really like Dante that much in DMC4. I didn't like his moveset anywhere near as much as what he has in 5, and the Community Edition is going to make that even better. So I'll definitely be getting this pretty much as soon as I get paid. I'm just going to pre order it. So I'll also be getting Uniclear. Now, what's nice about this is that it will be only $10 to update if you just want the new character. Uh, they had the decency to realize that charging $40 for a whole new disc or cartridge in this case and only having one character is like bullshit. So I guess they're letting you upgrade for $10, but I have the PSP, not the PSP, but the Vita, the PS4, and the PC version, and they haven't announced anything about the PC version yet. I assume that we're going to get the patch, but we don't know if we're going to get the upgrade pack or not. We'll see what happens there. I should have enough money between kitty sitting and everything to get this. I have played this game a little bit. I just never really got into it much. Favorite character was Enkidu, and he was pretty bad in the last version. Apparently, at the last event they did, they had a bunch of demo kiosks out, and apparently he got buffed quite a bit. So I think it might be my time to jump into this. Obviously, this would not be a really high end project for me. There's nothing really crazy going on in February besides Orochi 4 Ultimate, and even though I'm getting that from Koei Tecmo America's partner program, it's mostly just going to be a casual project for me because I already covered every facet of the game. At this point, it's pretty much just going to be grinding to get my PC file up to par with my Switch one, which probably won't take more than a few days if I just use the cheap stuff. So this might be a little something to kind of kill some time, I guess. So there's a couple other things in here. One Figure Death Punch 2 I will be getting as well. I did get that on PC, but I think it's definitely more suited for a Switch game. The game is, I know people port beg for everything to be on Switch, even if it can't handle it. But One Finger Death Punch 2 is definitely a game that fits a portable device because it's just the quick, fast paced, bite sized levels that you can finish in like a minute or two. So I'll be doing a port review on this since I've spent a decent amount of time on the PC version. And then finally, I'll be doing the Zero ZX collection. These games mean a lot to me. I really like the Zero games. I think they are the best controlling Mega Man games out of all of them. I think Inti Creates definitely nailed the formula. Even if ZX and ZX Advent weren't really my cup of tea, I did finish Advent. I never finished the original ZX because I just didn't care for the non-linearity of it. But I think it would be nice to do a little port review for this. I could probably do one for like Zero 03 or something. Zero 03 is definitely my favorite of the Zero series. 4 was decent too, but it felt like it was a pretty sharp downgrade. I actually pre-ordered this physically at my local GameStop, which I live about a mile and a half walk from. So probably on the first, when I get paid from kitty sitting, I'm going to pay this off. So I probably won't have the port review up like right away. I'll have to wait until they actually get it at the store and things like that. But like I said, it's going to be a pretty low key month, even though all these games are coming out. None of them are going to be like really high end projects for me, meaning things that I make tons of guides for and stuff. Mostly just put out some gameplay. I might do a playthrough with DMC3 Switch, depending on how often I'm at home. I'm not at home playing it. Uh, my kitty sitting job is supposed to be ending soon because my neighbor's going to be finally coming back home. So I won't be out of the house as much. So I may actually be able to record it more. Also, I'll probably be practicing a little bit on the PC version. I was actually a backer on the DDMK or Serpentine's Patreon for like a year, and I was never actually able to use it. It turns out that the reason I couldn't use the menu was because the menu coordinates for it were set for 1080p, and I play all my games on my 1440p 144 hertz monitor. So all that time I've been backing it, I wasn't ever really able to play it much. But now that I am, and I've gotten a lot of better muscle memory with style switching with Dante. 'Cause I was pretty much completely a Nero player on DMC4 and DMC5. I definitely played both, but I've definitely been playing Dante more over this past month. I think that might be a fun watch. I'll definitely put out a port review. I'll definitely do an overview for the new mechanics as well. DMC3 is probably the one I played the most out of the modern trilogy of games, meaning the ones that came out in the past 15 years. I didn't really play 4 as much as a lot of other people did. I definitely had a lot of problems with that game. I think 5 is definitely my favorite game next to 3, and it's cool that they're going to be making 3 a little bit more modernized with the things that the DMC franchise has advanced in, like style switching, being able to carry more weapons and whatnot. The next announcement, like I said, is going to be on the 30th, so 4 days from now. So I'm definitely interested to see what they do. But yeah, that's basically what I'll be doing in February. March is looking like it's just going to be One Piece for now. There has not been a Nintendo Direct for a while. Nintendo Directs are kind of different for me than most people because I don't really play a lot of Nintendo's AAA first party games. I mostly play a lot of ports and indie games and niche games and stuff on the Switch instead. And that tends to be what they announce more than AAA stuff. Obviously, AAA stuff is far less plentiful and takes longer to make and things like that. So I assume that when they do have one, will probably be sometime next month. That they'll probably announce some things that will kind of line out the next few months for me. But yeah, this next month and March are going to have some pretty big things. I am going to attempt to get a One Piece Part Warriors 4 key, but I do not have any connections at Namco, so I'll have to start from scratch. In the event that they do get one, I would have a head start over other people, but it also comes out actually exactly a week after my birthday. So birthday funds will cover that game regardless. I'm definitely pretty excited for it. I know that the changes they're making are kind of polarizing. We're not really sure how well they're going to turn out, but it does seem like they're actually trying to change the formula instead of just reskinning it and stuff. There are a lot of recycled and repurposed animations. We're hoping that the characters will have more active abilities and stuff that will kind of make that work a little better. Right now, the biggest concern is that Tashigi looks like they didn't bother to give her any new animations at all. They just repurposed, they just kind of Frankenstein the old animations, kind of like a crappy sprite edit or something. That was one of the best characters, one of the most fun characters to play in 3. So we'll see what happens there. I'll be getting it regardless, and I'll give my thoughts on it when I can. Also, in April, Trials of Mana comes out. I've never really been big on Secret of Mana. I've always thought the stamina system is like the worst I've played in anything. You spend so much time just standing around and waiting. It's never been interesting to me, but this looks like a straight up decent action RPG, so I'll probably be getting this. I'm not sure what platform I'll get it on. They did show some footage like late last year. I think it was on the Switch, and it looked like it was running 60 FPS, but they've lied to us in the past. There's been numerous games that have 60 FPS like preview footage, and then the game comes out and it's 30. I believe it's going to be out on PC, so I don't know if I'll do a port review for this. It is a Japanese Square game, so it's going to be expensively priced, and I don't really know much about it. I did play Seiken Densetsu 3 for a little bit, and I did think it was better than the other ones, but it still felt very clunky in comparison to like other action RPGs on the SNES. So we'll see what happens there. That's pretty much all I've got planned for now that has an actual release date. Obviously, Streets of Rage 4 is something I'll be playing as soon as I can, but no release date for that yet. You can see their release schedule is pretty barren. The only like AAA stuff they've got here is that's not a port is Animal Crossing and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and not really a whole lot else. So hopefully we'll get a direct soon. In May, I'm going to be going on vacation again, so I don't know how much I'll be able to do in May, but that's pretty much my plans throughout April, actually. I'm sure there'll be some other things coming out in April, probably some small games in March, too. Also, DMC5 Community Edition, like I said, looks like it's going to be coming out in the very near future, apparently. So I'll definitely be covering all the changes on that now that I've got a better handle on Dante. Anyway, I hope this pleases you guys. Like I said, I should be getting Orochi 4 Ultimate on probably the first or second, probably sometime next week, actually. I'll be under an embargo, obviously, so I won't be able to show any footage from it until the embargo lifts. But since I already covered every facet of the game on the Switch version anyway, I don't really think it's going to matter much. I ask that you guys give me some leeway here while I'm working on that because it's going to take a while to grind up the file again. I believe it took me about maybe about 20 hours to start getting into the deep end of the infinite mode. Obviously, I'll have the patches and stuff, the improvements they've made that they didn't have when I first bought the game at launch, which will make things go a little faster, but it will still take some time. So I'll probably just put out a port review, and then maybe I'll put out some raw footage, and then from there I'll be playing the PC version exclusively, simply because it's going to be a better frame rate. I've gotten pretty tired of the the frame rate on the Switch version. I do want to get Sunsei and Zhao Yun a an ultimate weapon before then. So maybe with that, throughout the next week, I'll probably work on doing that both on and off camera. Thanks for watching, and I hope this pleases you guys. Definitely lots of exciting things happening throughout the next few months, even if this month was admittedly kind of low key. But I had a very rough year last year. It's kind of nice to just have a break and still have a lot of stuff to look forward to as well. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.